It is consecration, so that'll be all of our kindergartners who will come up and have a special blessing, but we're also combining it with grandparents' Shabbat. And so grandparents come with your grandkids, and David Weinstein, after services, will take pictures of you with your grandchildren in front of the ark. And so it's a really cool thing. I have my pictures from last year, and I look forward to seeing how much bigger the kids are and how much older I am, and not really. But it's a really neat thing. And I'll have a craft after services as well.
So Shabbat Shalom. There we go, Shabbat Shalom. Welcome. We're going to do an opening song this evening that we're going to teach you, and some of you may have heard it already. Very easy words, and in case you don't know, I'm Sheryl, and this is my sister Lori. Rabbi and Cantor are out of town, so we have the honor of assisting this evening. So thank you all for being here.
All right, so there are 3 parts to this, but I'm going to teach you one. And I'm going to start to sing, and you're going to see that each part is really, really not that complicated. So if you can repeat after me, Esa Einai El Hecharim. Esa Einai El Hecharim. So let's try that. Those are the words. How many of you want to repeat? Should we repeat it one more time? Okay. Esa Einai.
Esa Einai.
El Hecharim.
El Hecharim.
Esa Einai.
Esa Einai.
El Hecharim.
El Hecharim.
All right, and it goes like this.
Esa Einai. El Hecharim.
Try that.
Esa Einai. El Hecharim. Esa Einai. El Hecharim.
One more time.
Esa Einai. El Hecharim. Esa Einai. El Hecharim.
The next part goes, may ayin, so like my eyes, may ayin yavo, yavo ezri. Try that. May ayin yavo, yavo ezri. Again. May ayin yavo, yavo ezri. May ayin yavo, yavo ezri. May ayin yavo, yavo ezri. So I made you say it 4 times because we're going to sing it 4 times. All right? And it goes, May ayin yavo, yavo ezri. 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 From the beginning. Esa Einai El Hecharim. Esa Einai El Hecharim. May ayin yavo, yavo ezri. May ayin yavo, yavo ezri. Again. May ayin yavo, yavo ezri. May ayin yavo, yavo ezri. This is the really tricky part. I hope you can get these words. My help will come from God, maker of heaven and earth. Try that. My help will come from God, maker of heaven and earth. My help will come from God, maker of heaven and earth. more time.
My help will come from God, maker of heaven and earth. My help will come from God, maker of heaven and earth.
One time from the beginning. I'm going to have Sheldon, one of the teen choir members, and one of our song leaders who sang this. We all sang this for Rosh Hashanah. You ready? Oh, Cheryl, you want to come join me? Okay, Esa Enai. Ready?
Esa Enai El Harim. Esa Enai El Harim. Me'ayin yavo, yavo Ezri. Me'ayin yavo, yavo Ezri. Me'ayin yavo, yavo Ezri. Me'ayin yavo, yavo Ezri. My help will come from God, maker of heaven and earth. My help will come from God, maker of heaven and earth.
One more time.
My help will come from God, maker of heaven and earth. My help will come from God, maker of heaven and earth.
Beautiful. Didn't it add a lot of tone to it? Love it. Thank you, Sheldon.
Thank you.
Put him on the spot. All right. How many of you feel ready? Ready to pray? Okay.
So we would like to call up us this time Shirley Kaufman for the honor of lighting the Shabbat candles. Please turn to page 120. There'll be an English reading on page 121 first.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we in our own day be among those who kindle light.
Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu l'hadlik ner shel Shabbat. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu l'hadlik ner shel Shabbat. We turn to page 138 for the Lecha Dodi. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabala. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabala. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, b'nei
Shabbat nekavela, lechadodi likrat kala, pene Shabbat nekavela, shamor vezachor bedibur echad, ishmianu el hamiuchad, Adonai echad u'shemo echad, l'shemu tiferet v'litila. Lehadodi likrat kala, pene Shabbat nekavela, lechadodi likrat kala, pene Shabbat nekavela.
Please rise and face the back.
Bo'i v'shalom ateret bala, gam besimcha v'chzala, toch emunei am segula, bo'i chala, bo'i chala. Lehadodi likrat kala, pene Shabbat nekavela, lechadodi likrat kala, pene Shabbat nekavela. Please be seated. We turn to page 144 for the Chatzi Kaddish. Yitkada ve'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, ve'amad yivrach hirutei ve'amlich malchutei, b'chayechon u'vyomechon u'v'hayetecho beit Yisrael, bagala bagala u'vizman kariv ve'imeru amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevorach, le'olam le'ol me'omaya, yitbarach, yitbarach ve'yishtabach, ve'yitpa'ar ve'yitroma ve'yinaseh, ve'yitadar ve'yitaleh, ve'yitalal, shemei v'kedusha b'rilu. Le'lam imkol birchata ve'shirata, tushbechata ve'nehemata, damihiram be'amal, ve'imeru amen. Please rise.
Please join us in the Yai-Lai-Lais.
Am I This is an hour of change.
Page 149.
Within it, we stand uncertain on the border of light. Shall we draw back or cross over? Where shall our hearts turn? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? This is the hour of change, and within it, we stand quietly on the border of light. What lies before us? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over?
Baruch atah Adonai hama'ariv aravim. Page 150, Ahavat Olam.
Ahavat Olam, Beit Israel, Ahavta, Torah u'mitzvot, u'kinu mitzvati, otanu limadeta. Okein Adonai Eloheinu, v'shachbeinu v'kemeinu, nasiach bechukecha, v'nismach b'divrei Toratecha, u'v'mitzvotecha, le'olam va'ed. Ki heim hayenu, ve'yorech yameinu, uvahem negeyom avalayla. 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 So in just a moment, we'll be doing a special Shema. Listen. And for this time of year, as we approach Thanksgiving and the other holiday seasons, especially it seems like when there's the time change and suddenly there's some darkness outside and people are feeling a little sad sometimes if they're not close to family members. And sometimes we need to draw on some inspiration and find some hope and some help. And so we're going to be doing Listen. And when it comes to the Shema, we ask that you please stand at that point and join in with us.
And we'll let you know. It's the Shema on 152, and we're going to be singing just a little melody for 152. 152. 152. 152, sorry. If you know it, don't hesitate ever to join. If you're lost, you feel afraid, and you don't know what to say, then listen, listen to our God. Is there a question
all the chatter that gets in the way, and listen, listen to our God. When the wind and the thunder finally disappear, there's still a voice that you can hear if you listen, listen to our God. You can hear it from the top of the highest hill, or from the valley below. It can come from the edge of the universe. It can come from within your soul. Close your eyes and listen. Please rise. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod, Shem Kevod Malchuto, Le'olam Va'ed. Listen, listen to our God. Listen, listen to our God.
Please be seated and join me in the Ve'ahavta.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם להיות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
We turn to page 157 for a responsive reading, toward the bottom of the page. In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, Adonai, there is one God in heaven and earth.
The high heavens declare your glory. May earth reveal your justice and love.
From bondage in Egypt we were delivered. At Sinai we bound ourselves to your way.
Inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, time and again we overcame oppressive forces.
Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God. keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed.
Let us continue to work for the day when the nations will be one and at peace. Then shall we rejoice as Israel did, singing on the shores of the sea. Please join us in Mi Chamocha.
We read together on page 160. Grant, O God, that we lie down in peace, and raise us up, our guardian, to a life renewed. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Guide us with your good counsel, for your name's sake. Be our help. Shield and shelter us beneath the shadow of your wings. Defend us against enemies, illness, war, famine, and sorrow. Distance us from wrongdoing. For you, God, watch over us and deliver us. For you, God, are gracious and merciful. Guard our going and coming to life and to peace evermore. Blessed are you, Adonai, guardian of Israel, whose shelter of peace is spread over us, over all your people Israel, and over Jerusalem. We turn to page 162 for the Vashamru. Please join us.
Vashamru, Bnei Israel, et HaShabbat, Lasot, et HaShabbat, Lidorotam, Berit Olam, Beini Uvein, Bnei Israel, Odim, Le'olam, Ki Sheshet Shamim, Asa Adonai, et HaShamayim, et haaretz uvayom hashvi'i Shabbat vayinavash.
Please rise for the tefillah.
What page?
Page 164.
Adonai sefaktai tifta ufi yagi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei
Vekone hakol, vezoher hasdei avot v'imahot, umevi geula livnei benehem, leman shemo be'ahava, melech ozer u'moshiach u'magen, baruch atah Adonai, magen Avraham ve'ezrat Sarah, atah gibor le'olam Adonai, mechayei hakol, atah rav le'hoshia, mechalkel hayim bechesed, mechayei hakol berachamim rabim, somech noflim berofeh holim, umatir asurim, umechayei emunato lishenei afar, michamocha ba'al geburot, umido melech, melech meimid umechayei, umatzmiach Yeshua, v'ne'eman atah lechayot hakol, baruch atah Adonai, mechayei hakol.
We continue with silent meditation through 108, page 180, either the prayers in your heart or the prayers in the book.
Zim Shalom Tova Uvra Zim Shalom Tova Zim Shalom Tova v'hesed v'rahamim. Ein v'hesed v'rahamim. V'rahamim. Sim shalom. Sim shalom, tova uvraha. We come to the part of our service for the Mishaberach. So as my eyes meet yours, if there's somebody you'd like to remember at this time for a prayer of healing, please rise and say their name as my eyes meet yours. If you know this particular Mishaberach, please join in with us.
Mishaberach Avoteinu, Avraham, Yitzchak, veYaakov.
Please don't stand alone. Hold on to somebody.
Mishaberach Imoteinu, Sarah, Rivka, Leah, v'Rachel. May the one who blessed our fathers, may the one who blessed our mothers, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, and bless us as well. Bless us with the power of your healing. Bless us with the power of your hope. May the pain and loneliness we're feeling be diminished by the power of your love. Mishaberach Avoteinu, Avraham, Yitzchak, veYaakov. Mishaberach Imoteinu, Sarah, Rivka, Leah, v'Rachel. May the one who blessed our mothers, may the one who blessed our fathers, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, and bless us as well. Bless us with a vision for tomorrow. Help us to reach out to those in pain. May the pain eventually please our sorrow. Give Give us courage, give us strength, show us the way. Mi sheberach avoteinu, mi sheberach emotenu. Hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, and bless us as well. Hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, and bless us as well.
This week's Torah portion is Haye Sarah. And it starts off with the death of Sarah. And it's really interesting in studying the Torah portion. Something that I learned new this time that I hadn't known before was that they say that she died really from a broken heart. She hears the story of the Akedah, the binding of Isaac. She thinks that her son has perished. And this is what we read. Sarah's lifetime, the span of Sarah's life, came to 127 years. And it's the only time in the Torah where the year is spelled out completely. And they say it's to bring significance to Sarah and the importance that she had on the Jewish people. Sarah died in Kari Arba, which is now Hebron, in the land of Canaan. And Abraham proceeded to mourn for Sarah and to bewail her. So we have the death of a spouse. And as the Torah portion continues, what I found really interesting about it is it then turns to life. And a little bit of matchmaking is going on. Something that we see today as parents, right? So somebody's had a loss, and we turn to our kids and we worry about them and we want them to be better and to be good. And so the matchmaking that goes on is Abraham sends his servant to find a wife for Isaac. And what he does is he puts in some specific questions for Isaac to try to find out who would be the best mate for his son. And so what he decides to do is to go to a well, and he's going to wait and ask for some help, and he's going to see who helps him the most. And what we find is that he goes, and Rebecca offers to give him water, and also offers to water the camels as well. And he sees this as a good qualification. And what do we tell our children? We want the best for them. But how many of you have said to your kids, just find a good person? Has anybody ever said that before? Just find a good person. And so that's part of what they were doing in our tradition as well, looking for a good person, someone who would bring that extra strength. And we find that that's something that we bring into the current phases of our Jewish life, right? To still provide tzedakah, to feed the hungry. Think about it. When the Torah that we have here at the synagogue almost fell, and they decided that we're going to do a project, what were the two things? One, we can give tzedakah, right? That's right. And that money is to be used for a specific task, to feed the hungry. So the Kabbalists, according to Rabbi Max Wyman, also look at that Torah portion, and they explain that our entire existence is based on three principles. The blueprint of everything. Words for these principles only describe a portion of them, as they are beyond words. One set of words used by the mystical writers is love, strength, and truth. The rabbi goes on to say, each of the three patriarchs embodied a different trait. Abraham, love, Isaac, strength, and Jacob, truth. The character trait became a conduit for spiritual growth, yet they didn't just have a leaning towards their trait, but they perfected it until they were one with God through the trait. Abraham constantly looked for opportunities to teach and do kindness for others. Isaac's connection to God was more internal, developing inner strength and conquering his physical desires. Jacob harmonized both traits of love and inner strength, and through the study of wisdom came to a truth that was the pinnacle of all three traits. Love, strength, truth. These are all values that we can share. These are values that we want to pass on to our children. And as we approach the Thanksgiving holiday and this time, let us think of love, strength, and truth, and give thanks for the blessings that we all have. Shabbat Shalom. And we turn to page 586 for the Aleinu. Aleinu leshabeach ladon hakol, latekedu laleaseh reishit, shelo asanu kegoye haratzot, velo samanu kemishbechot adama, shelo sam helkenu kahem, vegor aleinu kechol hamona, ve'anachnu korim, Umishachavim umodim, livnei melech, malchei hamlachim, hakadosh baruch hu. V'ne'emar, v'chaya Adonai, lemelech al kol haaretz, bayom hahu, bayom hahu, yeh Adonai echad, u'shemo, u'shemo, u'shemo echad, u'shemo echad. And please be seated. At this time, it's time for our Kaddish. We remember those who passed in recent days. Arnold Esben, Murray Weinstein, Gerald Marks, Donna Higo, Philip Stein, Jerry Friedman, Donald Feldman, Jean Garbin, Goldie Aberman, Marge Lieberman, Evelyn Pritchard Chenin, Ruth Kane, Renee Roberg.
We also remember those who have passed in recent years, in years past. Isaac Aloni, Pauline Alpert, Minnie Barnett, Patrick Bopp, Viola Bowler, Sandy Shalfin, Helen Klein, Charlene Cooper, Sharon Eaton, Edmund Henry Ehrlich, Jordan Ehrlich, Sophia Eisner, Molly Etkin, Nathan Etkind, Nathan Fisher, Henry Gooser, Edie Glasser, Barry Lee Goldberg, Evelyn Goldsmith, Samuel Greenspun, Myron Kushner, Robert Latter, William Moses, Meyer Nader, Hal Ober, Anna Pawski, Sylvia Ann Postal, Elaine Primack, Paul Richmond, Faye Rosen, Sarah C. Schumann, Rachel Smith, Edwin Weinberg, Deborah Yaris, Sidney H. Human, and Norman Zoll. If you have a loved one who was not mentioned and would like to remember them now, please stand and say their name as my eyes meet yours. We rise and say the Kaddish together as a community. Again, page 598. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, be'ama divrach hirute v'em lichmahute, v'chayachon u'vyomechon u'vayeh d'chol beis Yisrael, ba'gala v'zman kari v'emru amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevarach u'leil u'melmemaya. Yiparaf, v'yishtabaf, v'yipa'ar, v'yitramam, v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar, v'yitalev, v'yitalal, shmedu kudusha, brihu. Le'alal mimkol birhata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiram be'ama v'yimru, amen. Yehei shlema rabbamin shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'yimru, amen. Oseh shalom b'imramav, hu ya'aseh shalom, Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru. Amen. Be seated. So it's time for the Kiddush and Motzi. If you are a veteran, we would like to invite you up on the Shabbat before Veterans Day. Please join us for the Kiddush. Or if you're currently serving, sorry.
While we're waiting for everyone to come up here, I just wanted to say thank you to both Sheryl and Lori for tonight. Both Rabbi and Cantor are at the URJ Biennial Conference, and thank you very much, you two.
So we still have Kiddush cups up here, and if you would like to join us and just share as a community, please come on up.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon. Hintilanu zikaron lema'aseh bereshit, ki hu yom tehillah lemikra'e kodesh, zeher l'tziat Mitzrayim, ki vanu v'harta v'yatanu kidashta mikol Shabbat kodsheha ve'ahava uratzon hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai Rishma mekah Baruch atah Adonai. Oh, I'm sorry. Would anybody else like, there's some more little cups here if you want. Kiddush, I can bring it. You want to bring it to them? Would you like? No? Would you like some? Would you like some grape juice? No. Thank you. No drinking and driving here.
That was big in the Prohibition era.
Yeah.
That was like last year. There were Jewish smugglers with alcohol.
Yeah. Oh,
They
yeah.
were allowed a certain amount.
Yep. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. Good appetite.
So before our closing song, we want to thank Ricky for such a beautiful job accompanying us. Yay.
Coming early to practice with us. Our only practice.
We want to thank our Bema guest, Minji Unger-Watkins, and of course, Della Costa. And we want to thank you all for being here. It wouldn't be a Shabbat service if you aren't here. And thank you so much for being with us. And we're going to ask that everybody join in the closing song, which is the Oseh Shalom.